Now, we left off the other day with the graphing, and I didn't save it, so of course I'm going from memory. And I think that we did, the last one we did was negative 2x squared. Is that correct? Somebody look back in your notes and see. Yeah, negative 2x squared. Now we're going to, that was showing you that when a is negative, that the parabola does what? It opens downward, yes. So today we're going to look at two more aspects of the parabola. And I want you to go back to that. I want you to go back to that same graph, because we're drawing all of this on one graph. And I want you to graph the following. F of x is equal to 2 times x plus 3 squared. Go ahead and do that. And do it in another color. I don't know what color you have left, but you need to do it in a separate color than you used the other day. And plot your points, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, and 2, and plug your numbers in and see what happens. What will happen? Well, negative 2 plus 3 is what? 1 squared is 1 times 2, 2. Negative 1 plus 3 is 2. 2 squared is 4 times 2 is 8. 0. 0 plus 3 is 3. 3 squared is 9. 9 times 2 is what? 18. 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 squared is 16 times 2 is some BA number, 32. So we ain't gonna do 2. We need to do a couple on the other side because we're going the wrong way. So let's do negative 3 and negative 4. Negative 3 plus 3 is 0. 0 squared times 0 is 0. Negative 4 plus 3 is negative 1. Squared is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. So there's a little bit. Now, what do you notice is happening in relation to your basic model of the parabola? Well, negative 4, positive 2. Negative 4, 4. Positive 2, 1, 2. And negative 3, 0. 1, 2, 3. And negative 2, positive 2. And basically you see that what is going on with this parabola. Not only did the 2 make it more narrow, but what else did it do? Had a horizontal shift of 3 to the left. That's right, class. Good job. 3 to the left. And that is depicted by the H being what? Positive what? Positive 3. You have a horizontal shift of 3 to the what? To the left. Now, notice 2 or 3 things. 1, is the positive 3 inside the parentheses? Yes or no? Yes, and that is a good indicator of the horizontal shift. It's inside the parentheses, which is squared. Now, if I had a plus 3 out here, that would be vertical shift. And we're going to see that next. So I want you to take your next graph and do the same thing. And do that. Put your numbers in, and I would suggest maybe going from negative 4 to negative 1, negative 5 to negative 2, something like that, because you're going to have some more numbers on the left. I'm waiting for my Amazon stick. I'm going to be hollering at you as soon as.
Okay, so the vertex that I wanted to get there would be.
She just ignored what I said. That's wife mode. If anybody don't know what that is, that's wife mode.
It really is. So, okay. Negative 3, the vertex would be negative 3 and 0, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm going to get you're stealing my thunder, but go ahead, steal it.
Okay, I will. So is that always going to be, like, I know we went 3 over. Okay, thank you.
So when I get through with this, since you stole my thunder, it gives you the vertex. Can I be in charge for a while? Okay, appreciate it. Take one live. Spot them off my way. I'm in control here. Oh, is that what it is? Yeah. Most married men, they think they're in charge. Take it from somebody that lived 22 years. You're not. You're in charge as soon as you either stop the wedding or not get married or divorce. Then you're in charge. That's why men should get married when they're 40. 35 to 40. This should be an amendment to the Constitution. Men should not get married until they're 35 years old. Because then, some of them, you still have 40-year-olds to cruise them all, but 35, most men, I'd say probably 70% of the men population are mature enough to handle marriage at 35. For women, 25 and above. Men get more stupid as they get older. From the ages of 18 to 25, 30, they're even more stupid than they are before they got to 18. They are. People don't believe me, but they are. I was one of them. My daddy. Daddy was 40, they're not married to at least 30. I know everything. Boy, I sure did. do you think, Mr. Harville? You think that'd make a good amendment to the Constitution? Men not get married till they're 35? He will say no. He's gonna stay quiet on that one.
He must still be married.
No, are you still married? I didn't think so. But I think there should be a constitution amendment to the Constitution that all able-bodied men and women from graduation from high school should serve in the military, the missionary field, the Red Cross, the Peace Corps, something for 1 year. And they have to serve outside of the United States. Not Hawaii, not Alaska, but they have to serve outside the United States. We'd have less protesters. I guarantee you we'd have less protesters. Well, you wouldn't have any, that's for sure, because the rest of the world is, how should I say that? No, the rest of the world is screwed up compared to the United States. But you can't tell some of these people that walk down the streets with things on their head.
Yeah.
You can't tell them that.
Things
on their head, yeah. I'm just going to say things.
What do you think about the Grady one?
The what?
Secret Service one?
Kick her ass out, fire her ass.
The association voted unanimously to kick her out.
You see what they did to those people protesting in Oregon?
Oh, the crane?
Yeah, well, they were blocking the road. The damn policemen grabbed them up and threw them in the back of a truck.
You just said the idiot on the crane?
Hmm?
You said the idiot on the crane? The crane?
Those policemen grabbed them by the and threw them in the back of the truck. There's nothing wrong with protesting, but when you start doing stuff like that, you are a criminal. Sorry. I'm sorry if the word criminal offends you, but that's what you are. Let me ask you this. Somebody was protesting your house, they ran your house, and they broke into your house and stole your food. What would you do? You're a racist. Yeah, you cheater. Well, what's the difference? All right, so we got this. Well, I'm not going to do it. I'll just do this right here. X and Y. -5, -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. I'm going to start at -3. We'll see if -3 works out. -3 plus 3 is 0. 0 squared is 0. 0 times 2 is 0. Minus 4 is -4. Is that -3? Yeah. -2 plus 3 is 1. 1 squared is 2. 2 minus 4 is -2. -1 plus 3 is 2. 2 squared is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 minus 4 is 4. 0 plus 3 is 3. 3 squared is 9. Times 2 is 18. 18 minus 4 is 14. That's not going to help us. Let's go back the other way. -4 plus 3 is -1. -1 squared is 1 times 2. 2 minus 4 is -2. There we go. -5 plus 3 is 2. -2. -2 squared is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 minus 4 is 4. So we plot this one. -3, -4. -3. 1, 2, 3, 4. -4. I don't know where all was. Okay. -4, -2. -4, -2. -2, -2. And I was looking for my y-intercept, but I just couldn't do the y-intercept. Let's see, where's my y-intercept? I should be like -1, whatever. It's going like this. Now, okay, thank you. You're fine. That's fine. I'm good. What did you know? What did you find out about this one? Well, not only do we have a horizontal shift of 3 to the left, we've got a vertical shift of what? 4 down, which is right here. Now, when you have a horizontal shift and a vertical shift together, they tell you, this is my thunder that I was trying to get to, they tell you the what? The vertex. So the vertex is always going to be H, comma, K. Now you have to remember that the H is always going to be what? It's always going to be the opposite. So if you've got a positive H, negative H is going to be the vertex. Okay? Now, that's all fine and dandy. Now you know why the horizontal shift and vertical shift is there. Now, let's take the same type knowledge that we just learned and not use points. But let's do this. Get another sheet of paper and another set of colors and another, do the graph, just like you did this one. We're going to draw just 2 or 3 on this one. And I know this is long and drawn out, but let me tell you, when you see this first, then you understand why we complete the square. It's very important that you see this. No, I'm just trying to waste y'all's time is what I'm trying to do. People are just in a solemn mood today. No smiles. Just like, okay. Oh, okay. Smile. Mexico not paying for a wall is kind of like saying a taxpayer ain't gonna pay their taxes. They're gonna pay your taxes. If you don't pay your taxes, how does the government get their taxes from you? They either take all your stuff or they garnish your what? What does Mexico send into the United States?
30% of it comes from the illegals.
Well, yeah, but what about the other stuff? How about the illegal money and drug money? Oh my goodness! Arizona, the state of Arizona, do you know how much money they confiscated from the drug cartels last year? $1.8 billion. Wow, $1.8 billion. If you take that from the drug lords, what can you do with that $1.8 billion? Put it toward a wall. Yeah. But we don't want to keep those drug cartels from coming into the United States. We want to keep them coming. Keep selling those drugs. Keep killing our children. That's what the politicians want. Keep that border open just so we can get votes.
Yeah, they're mad about Trump sending the
They're mad about Trump, everything. Yeah. Don't send anybody to help Chicago. They only had 243 deaths so far this year. And they've also got the biggest squad in Chicago. The biggest gun laws. In other words, you can't get a gun nowhere, but somebody's getting them. Who's getting them? The criminals. Huh? Well, I don't know what they got in Chicago, but I wouldn't doubt it. They don't have something going on up there. Dang old Predator. They had the Predator and they had the dang old, what do you call it, the Jamaican posse, and they had the Colombians, and they were all fighting over, and the Predator was killing all of them. Oh, I'm sorry, that was a movie. That was in La La Land. I'm sorry.
Yeah, my cousin lives out in California. She complains a little bit because they don't own a gun, but they like to shoot guns. It's just they don't have the apartment doesn't allow it.
I like to shoot them.
Yeah.
Oh well.
There's like only 2 gun stores next to the highway.
All right, in a black color, I want you to do absolute value of X. Mm-hmm. Again, you don't have to plot the points, just get a good, because what we're going to do is we're going to sketch these graphs just by looking at them. And in a green color, I want you to do f of x is equal to negative absolute value of x. Now, the first thing students are going to say here is, well, you can't have a negative absolute value. Yes, you can. You take the positive, you take the distance with absolute value, and then if there's a negative sign on the outside of the absolute value, yes, it'll be negative. But we all know what that will look like. It'll be opening which way? Down. Take a red color or something, whatever color you want, I don't care. If I could get this thing to work. Damn Russians. F of x is equal to absolute value of x minus 6. And then in a blue color, f of x is equal to x minus 6 plus 2. I want you to sketch each one of those. And smile while you're drawing. Trying to make your day a little brighter, even though mine sucks today. I'm trying to make y'all smile a little bit. That's it. Dang old something like that. Yeah, I'm waiting for that fire stick. I figure it comes today. And say you can watch movies that are at the movie theater right now on that phone. Which one? What's it called? How do you spell that? K-O-D-I. Is that on there? Oh, she puts it on there? No, she must put everything on there. Or whoever does it. Do you have to pay for them? I'm very apprehensive about when you don't have to pay for something. Because okay, so you have to pay for coding. That's okay. Now I got you. Yeah. Tri-County Tech, I can see it right now. Tri-County Tech math teacher. Yeah, watches movies illegal. No, I don't even have to watch the dirty movies. I guarantee you, I watch 5 minutes of a bootleg movie. That gum FBI is going to be outside my door. That's the way my luck is. But I got friends, they can rob a bank, spend all the money that they robbed, and nobody touches it. Why is it that way? Why is it you know people that can get away with stuff like that and they do it all the time and they never get caught? But if you try to do it, they put you under the jail. I guess some of us just don't need to be criminals. Now, I'm not plotting points, so this is what you should have. Basic model. And then in green, what happens with the green? It's going to be the same model, but it's going to be what? Open and down. And then the red one, what is the red one going to be doing? To the right, how many? It's not negative, so it looks just like the black one. And then the blue one, looks like the red one, only it's got a vertical shift of what? So the vertex of the blue one is 6, comma, what? Oops, it's supposed to be up. I'm sorry. 2. And the blue one's supposed to be up. I guarantee it won't let me do that. I don't believe it. It's a miracle. 1, 2. There. Just don't look at that dot. Just ignore the dot. Y'all just witnessed something that does not happen very often. And what is that? Technology working for me that I've had no training, plus 2. So there is the vertex of that red or the blue. And the vertex for the red, what's the vertex for the blue? What's the vertex for the red one? It'd be, what'd you say, 6, 0? Good. You want a ball, Miss Simmons? Thought you had a hard time in 102. I was talking about 102.
Oh, well, okay.
I'm just kidding. You don't have to go there.
If I had somebody that's spoken.
All right, so we good here. All right, let's try another one. And again, you don't have to use points now, because I'm getting you to learn how to sketch the graph. F of x is equal to the square root of x. And we'll do in red or green. We'll do f of x is equal to negative square root of x. And in blue or red, f of x is equal to square root of x minus 2. And then in blue, f of x is equal to the square root of x minus 2 plus 4. I'm glad to see Kevin Bryant's going to be our lieutenant governor. You know, I went to school together. But I feel for him because Anderson can't handle something like that. People worshiping Anderson will go up like 500%. We barely could handle radio having a movie. My God. People that used to treat radio like crap came out and said, oh, he's my buddy. What about the buggy that you put him in, the what do you call him? Well, I call him a buggy, but shopping cart. What about the shopping cart you put him in and strapped him in it and rolled him down the hill at Hannah? What about that? I wanted to say that when they come out and said, oh, he was my buddy. People are weird. And people wonder why I want to stay on the farm. Why don't you go anywhere? I just keep my eyes on the farm. All right, what does the square root function look like? Well, it looks like this. And then we take the green. What's the negative going to look like? Be careful. It's going to be in the third quadrant. 1, 2, 3. This one? I don't think so. Thought it was this way. But check it and make sure that what y'all come up with. Huh? Take a calculator and check. Square root, you got to make sure. Because sometimes it'll mess with your head.
It's in the second
Second quadrant. And it goes the opposite way, right? Okay.
No,
I thought it went this.
it does.
Yeah.
That's the fourth quadrant. So here's that one. Looks the same, only it goes what? The opposite way. It's the opposite. Just take my word for it. The red. The red is going to be the black one, but it's going to have a horizontal shift of what? 2 to the right. So it's going to look just like the black one, only it's going to be 2 to the right. And then the blue, you're going to have the red one, but you're going to have a positive for what? Vertical shift. There you go. Starting to get it? Let's try one more. And the reason I want to do this one is because with these, with the parabola, with the absolute value, and with the square root, you can see the vertex. But the next one, you're not going to be able to see the vertex that much. And that's with the cubic function. I mean, you'll see it, but it's not as easy to see. And the green will be f of x is equal to negative x cubed. And red, f of x is equal to x plus 4 cubed. And then the blue, f of x is equal to x plus 4 cubed minus 4. Now sketch those out. Now on your Unit 1 test, you're going to have a bunch of these. And they're just going to ask you, f of x is equal to x2 plus blah, blah, blah. And then they're going to say, draw the graph in relation to the graph that's being shown. And the graph that's being shown is your basic model. And you got to do the vertical shift and the horizontal shift. Is that water or is that Everclear? You just go to plead the fifth. No coughing in class. Gotta lay off them Marlboro Reds. They'll kill you. You can tell somebody that don't smoke coughing versus somebody that smokes 2 packs a day. Marlboro Reds, they sound like they're coughing up a half a lung. Yeah, it's not a scratch. It's like a dadgum avalanche.
My favorite one is the ultralight. That's favorite. What? Let me just smoke a red. I mean,
The ones that trip me out are the ones that say, oh, I don't smoke that much, but you can smell them 10 minutes after they get off the elevator. That's the ones that trip me out.
You know, what you do? The people say, oh, I smoke it outside.
I'd rather you just smoke a daggone cigarette.
Which have already been proven to be way worse for you.
Yeah, and they probably put some kind of brain waves, something in your brain. Yeah, I'd just rather you just, that old Marlboro Red versus those things. Them things don't look, they don't look natural. They look weird. All right, here's X cubed. Now, negative X cubed is going to look like this. And then the red is going to be 4 to the left and look like the black. And then the blue is going to be with a vertical shift from the red of what? 4 down, and it's going to look like the red. Now, each one of your parent graphs, how many are there? I think there's like 8 or 10, right? No, y'all in any class either. You should be able to do all of these vertical and horizontal shifts with your parent graphs. So make sure you know what they look like when they're written in these forms. Now, the good thing about this is that when you get to Unit 2, we're going to do something that's called completing the square. Now, I'm getting the cart before the horse. I realize that. And some of y'all are having fits because I'm not going with the syllabus. Well, you just keep on having fits because right now, it's for your benefit. Completing the square. Now, completing the square is just another way of finding the x-intercepts. The previous ways, reverse FOIL, which we've gone over that. The shortcuts, and of course complete the square. Now you notice I left out one. I left out quadratic formula. Why? Because they have dug that into your brain in high school so bad. And what do you have to depend on when you use the quadratic formula? You have to depend on the calculator. All right? When you use completing the square, you use 3rd, 4th grade math. So, when you tell me at the end of a week of doing completing the square, if you can't do completing the square, basically you're hanging a sign around your neck that says you can't do what? 3rd or 4th grade math. Okay, so be careful when you spew that out of your mouth because people are going to look at you like, oh, well, you know you can't do 3rd or 4th grade math. All right? Anybody, my 10-year-old can work a calculator. Okay? That tells me nothing about your aptitude and if you're able to take something apart, find the problem, put it back together, and rearrange it in a way the same way as you got it. That's all math and calculus is for. All right? So, the first thing you do, there's 2 completing the squares. One is when A is equal to 1. The other is when A is not equal to 1. Now this one is the easier of the 2. What you do first? 1. Set equal to 0. Because when you're trying to find the x-intercepts, what do you plug in for y? I heard Now I want y'all to tell me what means. Is that what? Okay. Well, will you take a piece of paper And each grunt and each mumble, will you tell me what it means? And that way I'll have a dictionary up here. So one means 0. Okay. So set equal to 0. If you want the y-intercept, you plug in 0. I mean x-intercept, you plug in 0 for y. What is f of x? Y. So if I want f of x equal to x squared plus, if I want to plug in 0 for y, I put a 0 in where there's f of x. 2. Move C. 3. Draw 2 sets of blanks on each side, or one blank on each side of the equal sign. 4. B divided by 2, square it, put them in the blanks. 5. On the left-hand side, you got shortcut number 1 or number 2. 6. Vertex. 7. Solve for x. Now, when A is not by itself, everything is pretty much the same except for the second and third spot. So, 1, set equal to 0. 2, move C. 3, factor out A and multiply right hand side blank by A. And that's the difference between the two. 4 B over 2 squared. Add it to the blanks. Didn't put the blanks in here, but you'll get it. 5 and 6 and 7 is the same. Now this is going to make a whole lot more sense when I start doing the problems and I start getting it into the sketch mode that we were just going over. And then you're going to say, hey, I know what that parabola looks like. It's got a horizontal shift and it's got a vertical shift, and it looks like this. And then you can sketch the graph. That's why I do all this at one time instead of breaking it up. You regurgitate, forgetting everything, then going into Unit 2, and then forgetting everything in Unit 1 while you're trying to get on in Unit 2. I'm putting it all together instead of letting you worry about taking a test here or doing the homework here. It works a whole lot better. So, let's do something simple. Oh, another thing, completing the square is not what? Not restricted. Completing the square can be used with any trinomial. Can't do that with reverse FOIL and shortcuts. And I found a lot of students that once they learn how to do completing the square, that's all they ever use. I did that. When I finally figured out how to use completing the square, that's all I ever used. I never did use the reverse FOIL or the shortcuts anymore as far as factoring, and I sure as heck didn't use quadratic formula, because then I'd have to use a calculator. So, f of x, this is what you'll be given. F of x is equal to x squared plus x minus 6. Let's go with 2. I don't want to do that because some of y'all will. Let's start with something simple first. Hold on. Plus 2x minus 7. Okay, now that's one that you can't factor because 7 is what? Prime. And what's the multiples of 7? 1 times 7. Will 1 times 7, when you add or subtract it, ever give you a 2? No, so this is a prime. It can't be factored by reverse FOIL or shortcuts. So you're forced to use complete square. So first thing you do is set equal to 0. So I'm going to turn it around. X squared plus 2x minus 7 is equal to f of x. And then I'm going to put a 0 in there because that's y. X squared plus 2x blank minus 7 is equal to 0. Now I turned it around because that's the way I like to work, and I don't like to put 0 on this side and work it right to left because I don't read that way. I read from right to left to right. Now, add your blanks, move C. Now, I always love when I put move C, there's always a student out there that says, move it where? Well, where is it right now? So where is the only place that you can move C? I love it when people, where do we move it to? I don't know. You'll figure it out. Sorry about that. My jelly beans just fell over. All right, so x squared plus 2x plus blank is equal to 7 plus blank. These are my favorite jelly beans. I just spill them all over the place. Stupid Russians. It's all their fault. Now, do the second or third step, which says b divided by 2 and square it. B divided by 2 and square it. So what is 2? 2 divided by 2, there's B. 2 divided by 2 squared is equal to 1 squared, which is equal to what? And that 1 goes here and here. That's some hard math. You might need to use your calculator to figure that out. Now, on the left-hand side, right here, you're either going to get shortcut number 1 or shortcut number what? 2, based on that sign right here. Well, this is shortcut number 1, so that's x plus 1 quantity squared is equal to 8. And look over there. You now have the vertex. The vertex is what? You need to put that in translation. -1 and what? -8. Now let me explain to you why it's different. Because that's not in the form we were in when we were doing the sketching. In the form in the sketching, it was like this. F of x is equal to x plus 1 quantity squared minus what? 8. Now, you need to write this down. You need to put a highlight around it. The reason you need to put a highlight around it is because you need to say this is called intercept form. Now, is this something that you have to know in order to pass calculus or pass math, or is it something to know so you can get problems right on the test and the homework? The latter. It's a way to get stuff right on the test and the homework. The test and the homework is going to ask for intercept form, and that's what you need to put in. All I did was set it equal to f of x, and I brought the 8 back over to the other side. Now, when it's like this, you take the opposite of this and you bring this down, and that's your vertex. But what if it's right here? Right here, you take the opposite of both numbers. Opposite of both numbers. And that gives you the what? The vertex. Now you choose whichever one you want to do. But most people just get the vertex by taking the opposite of both. And then if they need to write it in intercept form, they go off to the side and write it in intercept form. The intercept form is just a polished way to show the vertex. Now, what's the next step after you find the vertex? Solve for what? So you go over to the next column or go over to the other side and you write down this right here. X plus 1 quantity squared is equal to 8. Now solve it. Now there's two ways to solve this equation. With radicals and without radicals. I don't care which one you do, I'm going to show you both. Go ahead and get your calculator out. If you don't want to do radicals, calculate the square root of 8. That's fine. I'm going to show you both ways. So take about 2 minutes and finish that problem by finding out what's x equal to. And if you can't do it, just consider yourself a failure. Unhinged teacher posts video of herself shooting President Trump with a water gun.
Apparently she's a special ed teacher.
What would happen? What would happen if that was done to some other presidents? If that was done to Clinton, Hillary, Obama, what would happen? They would put you in jail. But you can do it to a conservative president all you want to because they suck. Double standards in the United States. All right, take the square root of both sides. That's going to give you x plus 1 is equal to the square root of 8. Now, there's two ways to do the square root of 8. One is in your head. Square root of 9 is equal to 3. The square root of 4 is equal to 2. 2.5 is in the middle. 4 to 9 is what? 5. Half of 5 is 2.5, so that'd be the square root of 6.5, or 7. Let's go with 7. And what's between 7 and 9? 8. Duh. So 2.75, 2.8. So x plus 1 is equal to positive or negative 2.8. What is the square root of 8? Look in your calculator. It's a miracle. I can see calculations faster than the calculator. X is equal, I'm being facetious. I'm basically telling you you can use your what to figure out the square root of 8. It's that thing between the ears. What's it called? Mucus. X is equal. What's 2.8 minus 1? That's 1 x-intercept. And then what's negative 2.8 minus 1? And there's your 2 x-intercepts. Now, I want somebody in here to tell me where, besides the shortcut right here, everything that we use, tell me where it's not 4th grade math. I'm waiting. It's all 4th grade math. Now, you could say that setting equal to 0, that's some real hard stuff. Now, the shortcut, the shortcut is algebra. Taking the opposite, what's the opposite of positive 1? What's the opposite of 8? To me, that's not algebra. Taking the square root of both sides, you could say that's pre-algebra. Taking the square root of 8, I'm sorry, but that's not very difficult. And then adding and subtracting numbers. Now, if you have a teacher that wants to be radical, then all you do is have the radical right here. Square root of 8 minus 1. That's it. Change the number. Square root of 4 times square root of 2, which is what? 2 times square root of 2 minus 1. Now that you have all of this, what do you have? Well, you have the y-intercept. You have the vertex. And you have the what? I want you to sketch this graph with those 4 points. Okay, is homebound people, are y'all still with us? Outside cutting grass. Hello, y'all still there? Okay, 4 people. We have 4 people? Okay, they're all turning their microphones off so that way they can sleep or watch whatever's on right now, Days of Our Lives or whatever the case may be. Mr. Fields is typing a message. Oh, I'm sorry. Mr. Fields says yes. Yes, you're sleeping, or yes, you're watching Days of Our Lives. Which one is it? No response. That's all right. That's all right. I know what y'all are doing. That's why they're not answering. They're all asleep. Yeah, I'm on Skype in today. And then put the laptop to the side and go back to sleep. That's why they're not answering. I'm sorry, Mr. Fields answered. The rest of them are asleep. That's all right. I give him an A for effort. So here we go. It shouldn't take you it should only take you like 45 seconds. -7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's your y-intercept. -1, -8. -1, -8. There's your vertex. Positive 1.8. 1, 2, 1.8 right there. And negative 1, 2, 3, 4. What does it look like? Looks like a parabola. Now, you can find your domain and range. Your domain for all quadratics, unless specified, your domain is going to be all real numbers. Range is from -8 to positive what? Infinity. We'll talk about increasing and decreasing values later. Right now, I want you to just be able to graph or sketch the function. Okay. That's 12:20. We're gonna call it a day today. Now, let me go ahead and tell y'all before don't get off yet. I know that y'all are doing homework, and the only thing I want you to do for homework right now is go through and work on a little bit of Unit 1. You may be able to start on Unit 2 right now, but don't worry about it, okay? After I finish completing the square, I'm going to go back and go over some Unit 1 things that I've skipped. But by the time we get through with completing the square, I've already covered everything in Unit 1. But just bear with me. If you're not doing any homework right now, that's not a big deal, okay? What you should be doing is anything having to do with what we're doing right now. And you can get that. You can just make problems up to do that. All right? You should be working on vertical, horizontal shifts. You should be working on reviewing. You should be working on completing the square. Completing the square is Unit 2. So if you want to go ahead and work on some of that, I'll see if I can pick out some homework for you to be working on, and I will put it up, and it'll have a beginning date, but it won't have an ending date. And I'll disable, did I disable this class? I don't think I disabled any of y'all's homework. I'll go through and enable what y'all can work on right now, okay? And then that way, anything that you don't see, you don't need to what? You don't need to worry about it. All right, I called the roll, didn't I? Y'all get, huh? Thought I did. Dang it. It's a conspiracy. Well, let me see who's here, and then I'll let y'all go. Let's see. Where is my... No, I didn't. I thought I called the roll today. No, it must have been the class before y'all. I guess I just thought it was y'all. Okay, I don't know. Allison here. Barnes. Bearden, I ain't seen Bearden. I ain't seen him today. Cherry. Clark. Crisp. Driver. Fields. Fields, isn't he? Yeah, he's Skype in. Fisher. Fox. Fuller. Fuller's is here with Skype. Harvell is here. Hull. Kemp. Kraft. Kunkel is here. Silva. Where's Silva? Okay, you Skyped in the other day. Simmons is here. Strickland is here. Warnick and Weaver. Yeah, he's okay. All right, let me shut off. And the rest of y'all be looking for some homework that I will enable. And any that I don't enable, you don't need to worry about. Capiche? Capiche.